Hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. So this time, what I'd like to talk about is the concept of an ideal society. So recently, recently I have thought, recently it's fine. So for these days, I have thought the future of Work to Live. So I have a YouTube channel named Work to Live, and I also named this podcast Work to Live. So I'm think I created a brand named Work to Live. So Work to Live are kind of not a kind of a brand, but actually Work to Live is a brand for me. So Work to Live is a brand I created for for this kind of SNS activities or this activity I'm doing in social networking services. So and so why I began to create not create I'm creating I'm creating this episode. So why I began to think about the concept of an ideal society is because so I always think about the future of some events, for example. So so taking a example, for example, so, for example, not these days anyway. So there is a war between Russia and Ukraine. So so for example, by picking up such an event or picking up, so in this case, picking up harmful or really really not disgusting or fearful event. So I think so. For example, using such a fearful or such scary event. So you can think about the future, or you can think about the future of war, or how war is going to become of. You can think about stuff like that, which is what I'd like you to imagine in this part of this episode. So like which like which I not always, but I I I almost always think about the future of some events, and of course I don't have to tell you this, but when doing stock trading, or when I think when I'm thinking of purchasing or buying some stocks of huge companies, for example. So I think about the future of those companies, which is necessary to buy the stocks or the shares of secure companies, like which in such in the course of thinking about the futures of various kinds of things, began to think about the future of this brand Work to Live. So and so so in this in this in this case, so before proceeding or prolonging the description of this episode, so I think it's better to I think it's better to come to the conclusion. Or of course I said conclusion, but I didn't mean to set what I'm going to tell you as the conclusion of this episode anyway. So the concrete concept of ideal society, or the concrete concept of work to live, is a community or society where everybody lives on by doing what they want without harming or infringing rights, lives, or properties of other people. So why why I come why I came up with or why I created this concept, or why I came up with this concept is because most if you are frequent listeners of my podcast, you know that I do porn businesses, or I'm involved in, or I'm engaged into the business field dealing with adult contents or porn stuff. Anyway, so to start with, I'm an adult content creator, or I'm an adult content creator. So which is why it's not naturally thinking I'm involved. You can say that I'm involved into a business field of adult content, or porn videos, stuff like that. So maybe the largest market all adult contents is a porn video. I think because of the recent surge or recent establishments of porn hubs, X videos or X hamsters. So of course porn, not porn videos, porn hubs are porn hubs. Of course porn hub X videos and X hamsters are not that recent stuff, but actually it's possible to say that so for example just after the era just after World War II, such things like Pornhub X videos, X hamsters didn't exist anyway. So in which sense, it's possible. I think it's fine to call Pornhub X videos, X hamster as recent stuff. So which is why I had thoughts that it's fine to do porn businesses. Of course, so people involved into or people related to porn businesses or adult content creations are not so welcome to or are not celebrated. So some people not only some people think, but some governments find adult content creator or the business fields of adult content creation as illegal or as something harmful to human societies. But actually, I do not think so. I don't think so. I don't think adult content and porn videos are harmful to human societies. Of course, so of course some contents or of course it is true or it is a fact that of course some adult contents or some porn novels or some porn videos are really harmful or disgusting, or some adult contents are really obscene to the psychological health or mental health of people, or some adult. It is true that some adult contents are really harmful to human societies, which is what I also admit. But actually, if you, for example, so you just not to start with, so in short, how should I say? Anyway, so what I think is like, for example, if you're a woman who wants to become a porn actress, I think it's fine that you become a porn actress. So if you like porn content, or if you are curious, for example, if you are curious about becoming a porn actress, or if you want to become a porn actress, or because for example, you love sexual intercourse, for example, which is if there is such a reason, I think you can become a porn actress, and I don't think there is anybody who blame you for your becoming such an occupation. I'm going to tell you again. So I have just stumbled because what I'm speaking is a non-native language to me. So I'm a native speaker of Japanese language. To start with, as you hear, or as you know, I'm an East Asian. So which is why I often stumble, and I can't speak out English well, or I can't speak English natively. But so coming back to the motive. So coming back to why some people want to become porn actors or porn actresses, and anyway, so if you want to become a porn actress, it's alright, and I don't think there's anybody who has a right to blame you for your becoming a porn actress or porn actor. So like which, so so unless you cause trouble for other people intentionally, or unless you harm, or unless you injure the lives or the bodies or the properties of other people intentionally. So it's fine. It's fine that you become a porn actress. So I don't think there's anything, or I don't think there's anybody or anything which have or who have rights, who have some kind of rights, or who have some kind of authoritative powers, or who have kind of authorities to become to blame or prevent you from becoming punctures or punctures. So which is why, so I think it's necessary. So which is why I created a concept. So I have pondered about this not problem about this concept, because I'd like to make work to live. I'd like to make work to live become a, I have I'm still on thinking about the the future figure, or the future of not porn videos but work to live. So I have I'm on the thinking process, or I'm still thinking the ideal future of my brand work to live. So which is why I have pondered about the concept of ideal society, because I wanted to make work to live become a kind of an ideal society, or ideal. So it's a kind of a, so online salon, popular now, which is popular now. Maybe so. My country has a lot of online salons, and some people create online salons, and some people, there are some famous people who have online salons, and so people belonging to such online salons have to pay money for those content creators, for example. So there are influencers. So there are such online salons. So I'm thinking of, so it's what I'd like to create with the brand work to live is a different stuff from online salons. So what I'm thinking, so maybe if you hear this one, so you may grow frightened, or you may grow scared. But actually, so what I'm thinking of creating is a kind of cult. What I'm thinking of creating is a, so of course, cult is, if you ask me whether Richard Gere wants to create a cult or not, so the answer is yes. But actually, what I'm thinking of creating is a kind of Christianity or Islam or Buddhism. So I'd like to create the fourth religion. I'd like to make work to live become the fourth religion of all over the world. So what I'm thinking of is to connect people all over the world, thinly or casually. I'm thinking of creating a casual culture, more casual religion or casual cult. So people have, maybe people have images, or people have pictures that cults are dangerous and cults are harmful to human societies. But actually, so I do not think so. To start with, religions like Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism are really helpful, and they have survived in favor of a lot of people, which is why, thanks to such religions, a lot of people a lot of people have been saved in the course of human histories, which I think is true. To which I think is true. Which is why I'm thinking of creating the fourth religion. So of course, there are many sects, or there are many branches of religions from ramified from Christianity, Buddhism, and Islam. So, but actually, so I'm thinking of creating a religion named Work to Live. So of course, to start with, to start with, so taking a look at and listening to the name, that name is really close to cult, and so Work to Live sounds cult, sounds cult, which is what I'm saying. But actually, so I'm thinking of making work to the brand Work to Live become a cult, or become a religion, which is what I'd like you to know. So, and coming back to conclusion of this episode was a concept of an ideal society, which means in this case, so the concept of work to live in the future is so a community or society where everybody lives on by doing what they want without harming or infringing lives or properties of other people. So if you want to create um, a, a channel of Pornhub, and it's fine. Nobody is going to be harmed, aren't they? By you creating a channel. So of course, if you can successfully create a lot of money, for example, if you can successfully create a lot of money, maybe some people feel embarrassed because those people, such people envy your success. There are such people who want money but do nothing, and such people are inclined to be jealous of people who succeeded by making a lot of efforts. But actually, most people want money but do nothing do nothing special or do nothing particular. But if you want to succeed as a porn actress, for example, and if you can successfully succeed as a porn actress, I think that is fine. So, which is why, what I'd like to create is a religion, support, for example, supporting such people, and not only you, but also everybody. It's fine. Everybody should live on doing what they want, which is what I think, and accepting such people is good for human societies, which is what I think. And what I'd like to create is a community or society accepting people who live on doing what they want, which is also what I'd like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.